Just give me right now, right now. Just give me right now, right now. Just give me right now, right now. Just give me right now, right now, right now, right now.
All right, hey guys, it's me, Lacie, and you are tuned in to another episode of LACIEOLOGY. All right, so real quick, if you guys are listening to this on a podcast streaming source, you can also find this podcast in its video form on YouTube. All you have to do is just type in LACIEOLOGY in the search, or you can go to Lacie and Freshie Productions, because this is brought to you by Lacie and Freshie Productions. All right, so this is a cool day, because I have like one of my favorite people. I know you guys are going to start to think that I call everybody my favorite people, but I do because I love you. And when we choose who I want on the podcast, I'm like very particular with who I choose. And I needed to have a conversation with this individual because I love her. And so I am talking to Miss Neeno B today.
Yes.
I feel lucky. Like, I'm amongst greatness.
I mean, that's exactly how I feel right now.
No.
We got the same feelings.
I love you. Tell us who you are, Neeno.
I am Neeno B, actor, model, host. I do some of everything, and that's pretty much what it is.
What you got going on right now?
Right now, I am still doing my acting thing and just behind the scenes getting everything prepared and for me to move on to some different things. But in the meantime, I'm starting a clothing line called Verse.
If you guys can see it, she's wearing a Verse product right now. That's so cute.
Cool. Thank you. So yeah, so that's what I got going on.
Let me see it again.
See my shirt. It's just my patch on it.
I love it. I was like, I like the patch. That's what I like. I like the patch.
Appreciate it.
You guys, I love everything that Neeno wears. I can't pull off your look like you pull off your look. And I feel like a lot of people cannot pull off. Like, that's like her thing. Like, her thing is like that Neeno specific androgynous look that we all can't rock.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I like being different though. I do certain things on purpose so I don't have to like worry about going somewhere and see somebody looking like me or something.
No one ever looks like you.
No one ever does.
Like, even if I just see the butt, even if I just see her from behind, I know I am looking at Neeno. Let me run up and hug her from behind.
Yep.
Now that one day is gonna come where I hug the wrong girl from behind, and I'm gonna be like, my bad, and probably squeeze her butt cheeks because I'm like that.
Yeah, but you definitely are like that.
I know.
She'll probably enjoy it though. Like, it's not bad. It's bad when like a bad looking chick squeeze your butt, but you know what I'm saying? She turn around and it's Lacie.
It's like, okay.
Hey, it's okay. It's all right.
I'm gonna just be like, I'm sorry. I just had to. I'm sorry. All right, so let's jump right into you, because I really wanted to have you on the show because you're androgynous.
Yes.
And androgyny itself isn't new, but the acknowledgement of androgyny is incredibly new.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've always been androgynous, and do you feel like you've always been comfortable with that?
I definitely think that this society is kind of like it's different, like getting older and growing up and versus what you grow up in and what society kind of makes you feel like you have to be. So in the beginning, like I've never like been like a hardcore stud or hardcore dom or anything like that. I've always kind of just been myself when it came down to it. So definitely like getting older and just like knowing who I am and what feels comfortable to me and not caring about what other people think. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm from Detroit. I grew up around the toughest men and women. So it's like, okay, if you a stud, then this is how you supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to act. And I always felt like, all right, if I'm dating feminine women, then this is the way I'm supposed to be.
Right.
I moved to Atlanta at a young age and kind of got like a chance to see people in their different surroundings and just it's all these different type of peoples. Like it's 7,000 different gays. And meanwhile, I'm thinking you either a femme or you a stud, and that's it. And it's no in between. There's no, like none of that. That's how we grew up. So I came down here and just the individuality of people and just like the lack of care or concern about what other people think or feel about them and stuff, just like it was encouraging. And so after a while I got older and kind of figured out what I wanted and exactly who I was, and I was able to definitely embrace being androgynous.
I never saw androgynous women in lesbians except in the white community.
Yep.
For a long time. And you know what, you guys might think I bash the white community a lot on this show because I always mention them, but it's because the comfort in self that white people tend to have, this is new for us.
Yep.
This new wave of just acceptance amongst black people in general and with self, like inner acceptance, is new for us. So I like to mention y'all Caucasian people because we new to the game. I'm sorry.
You're right.
But do you feel like you saw androgynous women around you ever? Like thinking back now.
You didn't.
At all.
You didn't.
It
was one or the other.
Yep.
You know? But it definitely in the Caucasian community, it's okay. You'll see two different girls that look like more masculine together, and or you will see two different girls that's more feminine together, and just you know, and nobody cares.
Nobody cares. They're just gay.
Yeah. So it's like almost it's bad because in our community we like hateful towards each other and certain things that's not the norm from what we're used to.
Yep.
So yeah.
Whenever I see like androgynous black women, I'm always like, she just gay. Like that's how no, whenever I have conversations, and it's crazy because I'll have conversations with some black lesbians who don't even realize that they're androgynous.
Yep.
They'll think whole way that they're a stud, and it's like, I mean, by like definition or like what we would call a stud, you're not really on that like spectrum for real. You're on the just gay spectrum, which is
just gay,
which is androgyny. Okay, so when did you come out?
Oh, like the first time coming out or the second time?
Wait, what?
Because I always say like, because I date women that are no label or studs, and it's like coming out again.
Right.
So the first time I've ever like just came out, I was 14 years old.
What happened?
Oh geez, man. I was dating like this older chick. Then I was a femme, right? So this is how that happened. So when I was 14, I've always been like a tomboy. Grew up, I don't have no sisters, anything like that. Grew up with my brothers playing basketball, football. So I always felt like, yeah, this, you know, it's cool with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? But I've been liking girls since I was in grade school.
Right.
And I remember just like going through elementary school and kind of like knowing like this is different. I didn't know anybody that was gay. Like nobody. My mama didn't talk about it because she ain't play it. Like, you know, it was just certain things that, you know, I didn't know. Like, you know. So, but I knew I was different. Like I had different feelings towards it and everything else. 14, I think I was dating an older chick, and my mom was like, the girl had another girlfriend. You know?
Of course she did.
Of course. You got to get played when you first come out. That's the rule. Like, you want to be a real lesbian, you get your heart broke by a fucking lesbian.
The very first time. Never a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's never a fairy tale.
Never. So the girl called my house because back then it wasn't no cell phones and everything like that. We was on the house phones. Period.
Our parents picking up the line.
So she called and she was like going off on my mom, thinking it was me. Like, yeah, you messing with my girl and I'm gonna beat you up and this and my mom on the phone like, what the hell is she talking? But she let her talk because she been kind of thinking anyway, like something ain't right with this girl.
Mom.
You know? So she just come to me basically and she was like, and she know the girl that had been around. The girl was like a full-fledged stud, like braids to the back, baggy jeans, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this is my friend. You know what I'm saying? This is my friend, my good friend. But since she was older, she was like buying me Guess outfits and Jordans and, you know what I'm saying, little jewelry with my name on it and stuff, like everything. So my mom, like, it's kind of weird though, you know? But she ain't really say nothing. She kind of let me do my thing. But when the girl called, she was like, either you like her or you using her. And I was like, nah, I ain't using her because I ain't know how to say I like her. So I'm like, well, I ain't using her. And she just pretty much is like, you know, yeah, her girlfriend, and basically tried to hurt my feelings by telling me the girl called and that she had another girlfriend and everything. Mom. And she just like kind of flipped out on me though, like, it's a phase, you'll get over it. And I never did. Like I never did. It never went away. So
Right. It's still here. Back when we were coming out, you probably more than me, because I came out during that between women, the L word era, where there was something somewhere for us to relate to. When you were coming out, there was really nothing. How did you learn? Where did you learn, like, how to be a lesbian? Because I think you also have to learn that when you're constantly exposed to heterosexual normatives.
Yeah. I mean, it was hard. I went through a lot of different things and kind of taught myself. I actually went to all girls high school, so it was like
Gay.
bad business for me. Jesus.
I'm jealous.
Jesus. And you know, it was like it was crazy for me because I was like dealing with this. Like in middle school, if you said I was gay, I'll fight you. Like, don't play with me. And I knew I was gay as hell, but don't say it though. You know what I'm saying? When I got to high school and I came out when I was 14, I was like, cool, it don't matter. Like, you know, and I think I got more like respect and more because I was just being myself.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me. Like, and of course, don't get me wrong, because I got into fights in high school. Because when you say you gay, for some reason, everybody that's a girl think that you want them or like them or gonna hit on them. So I got into it because I'm like, you ain't even my type. You know what I'm saying? I'm gay, but not that kind of gay. Like, that's like, so it was crazy, like trying to figure myself out. And you got a lot of girls in here that are definitely like, you know, I don't want to sit next to
the gay girl.
You know what I'm saying? To the gay girl.
I don't want to sit by the gay girl.
Or I ain't gay, and it be the biggest ones that's definitely gay. But yeah.
I knew a guy, I won't say his name, he might watch this, but in high school I knew he was gay, but for whatever reason everybody always came out to me, so I always knew all the gay people when I was in school, even though I wasn't gay. And this dude was gay. Like, this dude was gay. And so I remember we shared a mutual friend. Like, we were like best friends with the same guy.
Right.
And I told the dude, I was just like, basically, like, I commend you, because he was a star athlete. I commend you for being as close of friends as you are with this dude, because, you know, he gay.
Right.
And he was like, my homie ain't gay. He ain't gay. We be, you know, fucking bitches together, da-da-da. And I was like, bro, he gay.
Right.
And so the dude was like, nah, I'm gonna ask him. And I was like, by all means, asked him. I was the same inappropriate person then as I am now. I'm learning. I actually don't, I'm not. So no, but so he told the dude that I said he was gay, and I was working at McDonald's when I was in high school. And this dude came to McDonald's trying to fight me. And I was like, well, this shows just how gay you are.
Right.
But he was so upset, livid, pissed. Now he does makeup and has a beauty YouTube channel. But I'm
gay as hell.
Gay as hell. Like, and I remember when he finally like came out, and he messaged me on Facebook, and we had a whole conversation about it, and he apologized for trying to fight me, and I apologized for like outing him.
Right.
Because like, but back then it wasn't like I'm outing you. It was, I don't know. We were just so ignorant, I think, back then. Thank you, social media.
Right.
But we were so ignorant back then. And I didn't think it was like that big of a deal at the time, while I was also hiding my own sexuality.
Right.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So fucking crazy. Anyways, we had a conversation. I apologized for outing him. You know, he apologized for trying to fight me. He just hadn't came to like terms with his sexuality. And I feel like for people back then, like now it's cool. You can come out, you can be gay at 6 years old.
Yeah.
And for the most part, unless you're a black boy, it's cool.
Right. That part.
But back then it was like there was no. Did you feel scared of being publicly gay ever?
I think more so like my family and the people around me like push it upon me, like I should be ashamed or I shouldn't tell nobody. Like even with my first girlfriend when I had my son at a young age too, and that was forcefully. Like, and you know, like, and my mom will probably watch this, but she know, like, we have a wonderful relationship. But even then, though, you know, you don't want your kids to say that they gay. I don't think it mattered, you know, and especially back then, it didn't matter if you was a girl or a guy. And I'm the only girl, so my mom was like, no, you can't be gay, you know?
Yeah.
So it would be like, I couldn't talk on the phone to girls when she found out. Girls couldn't come over anymore. It was just like, but if I was like, Mom, Ray up the street want to come over and chill, she'd be like, tell him to come over. Like, it was almost like to the fact where she wanted me to be with a guy. She wanted me, and then it didn't matter. Like, I was young, and and a part of how I had my son was because I was going through this thing. I had my son when I was 15. So at 14 years old, I'm telling myself, man, like, I want to be with women. I want to be with women, and and everything. And I'm feeling this certain type of way. And then I got everybody that of course, I'm young. I care about what you think, how you think of me,
Right.
what you feel, So, and every conversation isn't always pleasant, not always nice words being used and that type of thing. So it's a lot. And I'm just like dealing with it. And my mom was like, how do you know if you want to be with a girl if you've never even been with a guy? So I was like, fuck it. Let me find out.
You fuck.
That's what I did. And I got pregnant the first fucking time that I've ever had sex with a guy.
That's God.
So it was like, it was to the point where it was just like, okay, this is supposed to happen. Because you couldn't have paid me. I'm like 9 years older than my little brother. Kids? Fuck no. I'm not having no kids.
Right.
So it was just like when it happened, we didn't, we ain't fight or argue about it or nothing like that or whatever. It was like it was meant to happen. So I was okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's because God said, look, if we wait until she ready, she gonna be knee deep in vagina.
Yeah. Period.
Let me go ahead and put this baby in her real quick.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about stereotypes and lesbian sex. And before we do, the reason why I want to talk about this with you is because a lot of times when we talk about lesbian sex, we're talking to studs.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about what studs want, right? We don't always, and then we'll talk to femmes, but mainly if you're talking to a femme, it's because you want somebody to validate what studs want,
right?
But you're an androgynous woman, and we don't really be knowing how y'all be, getting down.
Yeah.
So there's some stereotypes, like people have their idea of like lesbian sex is like sensual. For whatever reason, we move slow.
It's that movie shit. That's because how we portrayed in movies though. Like no matter, it's always like some old soft shit. Like we don't be the fuck. No. Fuck me like you did Raymond. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want all of that.
They be rub. I don't understand this. Like lesbians always start like this, and I'm like, bitch, don't rub me.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Get out.
Right. Exactly.
Do you feel like there are stereotypes with androgynous women?
Of course. I think it's yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's difficult because you can't, like if you're fucking with a femme, then it's cool. You can be a lesbian, you gay, whatever. But then if you're an androgynous woman and you start having relationships with another androgynous woman and you like gay, it's like a different type of, people start looking at you differently, like, and to me, I feel like I like women. I always have.
Yeah.
When I was 14 and I first came out, I dated studs because I felt like that's what I was supposed to do because I looked like a girl. And then when I realized that I wanted to, like I was more aggressive and I wanted to dress a certain type of way, I dated femmes because I felt like that's what I was supposed to do. And so just me being 30 plus years old.
30 something. We won't say which 30.
Me being 30, I'm like, fuck, I like women. So it doesn't, and at the end of the day, once everything comes off, it's still a woman.
Are there some assumptions what are some assumptions that you feel like studs have when they go into like getting ready to have sex with you and femmes have?
I think a lot of studs probably feel like because I am into studs that I'm like I want to be fucked all the time, like penetrated. I'm straight on that. I'm cool. It's okay if it happens, but it's not something that I'm like, oh man, because I'm still a lesbian, so it's still certain things, like I haven't had sex with a guy in over, plus I don't even fucking remember. I can't count. My son 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that like I'm not really for, and it's because I am a aggressive woman. Certain stuff I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. I'm not sitting on your face. I'm not.
You don't sit on anyone's
No,
face?
I don't like that. It's a real crazy type of feeling. Like, and it's cool. I can be real feminine or whatever during, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do that part. Like,
really?
I don't want to
like,
do
what's
it.
some like femme? Do you ever get that from femmes? Like femmes are like, sit on my face.
Like it's crazy. Like studs, like, and I'm gonna tell you too though. Studs are more feminine with me. You got like I've dated like both of them. Like I've been with a stud that want me to like be more in control, and then I've been with studs that want to take control. And I'm cool either way. And it's the same thing with femmes.
Yeah.
I've been with some femmes that are just pillow princesses and think I'm about to just. I get tired. I don't be feeling like all that shit. And then I've been with some femmes that be ready like to fuck me,
Right.
like and I'm scared of like. And
Would you let a femme strap you?
I will. Phil, I'm okay with that.
Really?
I'm okay with if she know what she doing. That's the only thing about it is because femmes don't get a lot of practice.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
was about to say we don't get a lot of practice.
It's not that y'all don't know what y'all doing, but it's. I mean, if I do something one time, how I fucked when I was 14, and how I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying right now. So it's just like it's a difference. So it's like I don't want to do it and be. I'm not like a fan of it. So I don't want to do it and it be uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I still, so if you don't know what you're doing.
Studs, let us strap you more often so that when we get with femmes or androgynous women, we know what the fuck we doing. I'm just trying to use y'all.
Yeah.
For real. Help a sister out.
Period.
Okay, so do you ever feel like when you're like hooking up with a stud or about to, do you ever find that like studs mainly want to strap? Like you don't get to explore their bodies as much as like a more feminine or comfortable woman?
I think it's kind of different because when studs decide that they want to be with another aggressive woman, I think it's more, they're already at that level where they're okay with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different from, because even when I dated just feminine women, certain things I just didn't, no, I don't want you to do it. But I'm still the same way even dating the stud. It don't matter. Like if I don't want you to do certain shit, we ain't doing it. I don't like to be fingered.
Really?
I think it's so, I feel like it's like if you're gonna
like
penetrate
childish?
me, then we might as well do it. It's like, come on, I don't feel like this shit. Like you can play, you know what I'm saying, with it, but I don't like that. I don't like all of that. And then because I don't like it, sometimes I don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's still it's that type of thing where you kind of, the thing that's good about being a woman and knowing what a woman want type of thing. So certain stuff I ain't really with. I don't really too much like head. I'm not a big.
So what do you do?
I
Are
like
you a scissor kind of girl?
I like scissoring, I guess, and I like strapping, and I like foreplay and all type of stuff. But it's okay. It just got to be something that I crave. Like I don't,
Have you been with a straight girl?
I have. I used to only be with straight girls.
What was that like?
Heartbreaking. Man, them straight girls will wear your ass out, baby. I dated a lot of straight women when I was younger, so like between the ages like 16, 19, and they was like 25, 20. I'm like this little young stud, and they like, yeah, just fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm used to. So it was heartbreaking, like for real. Like the shit was crazy.
Did they do stuff to you too, or do you find that like straight women always wanted you to like do?
Definitely, most of the straight women I fucked with was definitely pillow princesses.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that so much. As a feminine woman, people always expect that like, oh, you must be a pillow princess, and it's like, no, no. And then straight girls come in, and then y'all be fucking with them, and the next thing you know, you see a femme who's actually a lesbian, and you put those little straight girl stereotypes on us, and it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm whole way gay. Spread your legs, sit on my face.
Right.
All right, so what are some difficulties that you face being androgynous when it comes to sex, if any?
I don't really really face any difficulties. I think that it's I don't know. I can have like whatever and whoever I want, and I think that
because I'm Neeno B.
No, not because I'm just because it's like it's fun, and I feel like when people get there, it's more of a like I know who I am type of thing. It's a different type of sex. It's kind of it's totally different because people are more open and more vulnerable to like exploring certain things. So I haven't when it comes to like being with studs, I'm like, yeah, to me studs are probably the freakiest set of gay
Really
women. Yeah,
I think studs are
with another stud though is what I'm saying.
See, I'll be leaving this out.
It's like of course certain things, if you dating a femme and I'm a stud, I gotta be like it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta always feel like I'm your nigga. You feel me?
sense.
If I'm with another stud, then it's kind of like, all right, I can let this because you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a different type of thing. So to me, studs are way freakier than femmes because it's just certain things that they gonna do that they ain't never did before.
I'm trying to be Neeno for like, just give me like a week. I have all these hoes panty dropper all day. I'm jealous.
It's fun though.
I feel like we as femmes, and I think it's like the same thing with, I was talking to a man who's down low. Mm-hmm. No, I'm lying. He was not down low. He used to date down low men. Okay. Sorry, bro. You're not down low. And I was asking him about, his past, and he was like, when he was younger, he used to date a lot of down low men. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, like, did you ever ask any of them why they are down low? And he said a lot of them have girlfriends or wives at home, but they get to be more expressive and they get to explore more of their feminine side when they're with men, because when they're with these very feminine women, they have to be like the alpha omega.
Got to.
Like the masculine, the one in charge. Women are more submissive when they're feminine presenting. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, have me your little beanie. I'm about to put the beanie on, y'all. And like Neeno's jeans. And I'm
That's the truth, though. It makes 100% sense, though.
Yeah.
It does. And I didn't even look at it from that perspective, because you don't even, go outside of what you be going through.
Yeah.
So that's different. But it makes total sense. Like,
when he said it, I was like, damn, so you can't even really be mad at like down low men no more, because it's like there really is a part of themselves that they don't get to explore living their normal, heterosexual lifestyles. Because women sometimes aren't as open. I was watching Sisters. Mm-hmm. And do you watch Sisters on BET?
Never seen
it. Okay. I love this show. I keep referencing it. I'm finding out. But thanks, Tyler Perry, because you're giving me so many things to talk about. Sisters on BET is a show about this group of friends. And one of them, she's dating a man who was raised by two men. But he's not gay. But he's very in tune with like his feminine self. And also, from time to time, likes his prostate tickled in the form of a dildo. And she was like, not with it. Nah, bro, you gay. And right. I think that's a great, it was weird watching it on screen, especially, because Tyler Perry, he makes shit with Oprah. It's just kind of weird. Mm-hmm. But for me, watching it and sitting down with you now and I'm thinking about it, it's like women also face this when they're masculine presenting. Yep. And so it makes sense why you would want more of an androgynous woman, because you still get that feminine energy, but then you get that masculine energy so that you don't have to be in charge all the time. Yeah. Jealous as fuck. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you teach a lot of that?
Carry my groceries. I be like, that be my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're a feminine woman, if I'm dating, you can carry a fucking bag.
I'm not carrying the
paper towel, tissue, something. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we both women. Right. And I think that's where like a lot of, we get so like caught up in titles and things like that or whatever. So you feel like you have to be a certain type of way when you're dating a certain type of woman. And at the end of the day, if we both women, we should be able to be both women.
Yeah, do it together.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of like one of the things that I enjoy about dating an androgynous woman, or more of a masculine woman, because it's you get the both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's entertaining.
I like to date femmes, but it's because I also feel like femmes are more comfortable in bed to me. But I don't like to date femmes like dating seriously, because I feel you. Sometimes feminine women feel like somebody has to take on this masculine role, and it ain't gonna be me.
Exactly.
And it's like, bitch, look at me. Who? I'm not killing that. Who? Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
Right. I feel you though. I feel you.
So then I like to date masculine women seriously, because I don't got to be the person that's like, who? Because they know who. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel so terrible now.
It's all good, though.
So, do you feel like there's a difference between intimacy, or there's a difference with intimacy between masculine women and feminine women?
I do. I think that, so I think it goes back to like more the role situation. But if I'm with a feminine woman, it's gonna be completely different, especially if I'm vulnerable or feeling like I want to be more feminine with a masculine girl. So it's kind of I'm definitely like I'm good at doing both. And that's the best way to kind of like describe it. So I think that if I have to be the one that's in charge and you know, I can definitely take charge, but I also know how to, you know, be vulnerable and kind of give myself to somebody as well without, you know, it being a battle or no, I don't want to do that or whatever the case may be.
Who get the best head?
Probably films.
Hey, Didi Collier. Okay, I'm calling you.
I think so. I think films. But that goes back to women know what women want, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, I think that like feminine women are probably more into head opposed to masculine women. True. So y'all know, like, you know, you get more head, so you better be better at it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because a lot of studs don't want you touching them in certain places.
I hate that.
So that's one of the things, like, you know, that's totally off limits a lot of times when you're more of a masculine presenting woman.
When I was younger and I dated the gays. And I was like earlier when you said that like you used to date stud types because you were feminine presenting, you felt like that's what you had to do. Right. When I was younger, honestly, back then we didn't know. We just didn't know the full scope of like what being a lesbian is or how you could be. So we would fall into these stereotypes quick, fast, and hurry. Yeah. And I remember I would date these like touch me nots who also couldn't give head. Like this is one girl and I was friends with her for a good while. I even risked my relationship by cheating with this hoe. And she was just to date. I was 19 years old. Okay. To date the worst person that ever gave me head in my life. And one of the best people who ever gave head was this like older feminine woman. Because think about like if you gotta experience some shit to know, you know what I'm saying? True. You gotta go through it to go through it. You feel me? Like, so if it's something that it's like, all right, you know. And I find myself like after being with like more masculine women, when I do use the strap or something, I'm like real gentle. If I was with a femme, I'm like pound that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Then but because I'm with somebody that probably ain't never did this shit before or don't do it quite often, I find you okay? Like everything all right? You know, and usually I wouldn't even give a fuck. Like I ain't gonna ask all them questions to a feminine woman because I know you done did this shit before. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever fuck Neeno, let me know in the comments. I'm real caring and shit, like, you know. But so I think it, you know, it's interesting. Look at her. Too funny. I feel like I prefer sex with the person I'm dating now. Mm-hmm. A little plug. But if I wasn't dating her and I had to choose a woman, I feel like honestly I have the most intimacy with feminine women. Like there's no boundary when it comes to like even being able to like lay to like how they touch you is different after the fact, before the fact. Like it's just so different that I feel like it's so much more intimate. Like I feel like I'm in one of those terrible heterosexual made lesbian movies when I'm with the femme. Yeah. Because it's so rub. It's some weird. Y'all don't rub us. Caress. Yeah, they do. They caress you different. Like they're just so different, and I like it. I remember the first time I was with the femme, and I was like, wow, I feel like I want to cry right now. It's too much though. It's too fucking much. I never really been with an androgynous woman ever. If Neeno is looking for, just kidding. Just kidding. So do you like being with androgynous women? Like if we threw them in the mix. Okay. So we're gonna throw them in the mix of a regular femme, a regular stud, and then let's throw in an androgynous woman. What is the difference between the three? So, with a femme, I'm definitely like the one that's in charge, right? I'm always in charge. Let's just get that straight anyway. I'm a Leo, so I'm always in charge. No matter. No questions asked. But I know that I'm like definitely like in charge. If I'm messing with a stud, depending on how dominant she is, will kind of teeter how I am.
So if like, because I've messed with like hardcore ass studs, but then in the bedroom they like films.
Really?
Oh yeah, majority of them is. Don't let that shit fool
you
y'all.
guys.
Listen,
I'm learning all the secrets.
So yeah, this all the secrets, right? So you know how everybody be like, how she a stud? She fucking niggas. That's probably because like they really like low key be feminine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's until you find somebody that you comfortable that you can express that with. Of course you're gonna put on this, you know, like this role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
hard to
saying?
hear.
So and once people, and then you get clowned for it a lot unless you 100% like true to who you are and know. Like if you, now don't get me wrong, if you just a hardcore ass woman, then be hardcore. I'm 100% cool with that. Be who you are. But what I'm saying is majority of them aren't necessarily like that.
Right.
It's just more so they surroundings, what they used to, what, you know what I'm saying? And until they come into exactly who they are, it's a facade. You know what I'm saying? I got days where I'm going to throw on hoodies and baggy clothes and everything, and everybody's like, excuse me, sir, and I'm mad, like, I am not a sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I got days where I feel like I want to be sexy and I want to be, I'm a woman, so if I feel like I want to put on a see-through shirt today I'm showing titties,
and
like,
I'm okay with that.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Send me those selfies.
Got it. So yeah, like, you know, so I just think that, but it takes a different, you know, like a different type of thing. But and then being with another androgynous woman, it's probably like my ultimate match, because it's not necessarily a back and forth thing. And then you figure out if she's androgynous, then she knows it's some days that I'm in charge, and it's some days I'm gonna let you be in charge, and vice versa.
I like that.
So it's kind of a, you know, it's you could be completely totally different, but at the same time, because we have that thing in common, we know what's up. You know what I'm
you
saying?
understand each other different.
Exactly. Yeah.
How did people take you when you, because like you switch up?
I do.
One day you will see Neeno, and you're like, you don't do like a lot of talking either.
Mm-mm.
So even in conversation with you, depending on how you present yourself that day, you're shook. Like you're like, she a host that I hear, but she's not. She's like, she's a whole auntie. Like she's somebody out here. Do you feel like people like, how do you feel like they take you?
I don't know. I mean, I get a lot of people like telling me that they, you know, I get them some type of hope and they feel like they can be themselves and do certain. So I think like that's like, I find joy in that. Like that make me feel good to know that just by me being me, make somebody feel like they can be them.
Right.
So that's like super dope to me. I don't really get any and it's crazy because a lot of my childhood friends, a lot of my, like I said, I've been gay since I've been 14. So a lot of my friends are hardcore studs, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've always been like a tomboy. So it's not crazy to them if they see my nails polished. It's not crazy for them to see me date another stud.
Right.
Because they like, that's just that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they just know that about me, that I've always been just the type of person to just do what I want to do. So I feel like it's cool. Like I don't really get a lot of like backlash from it or something. I have a couple of studs that's, you know, men. Dog, I hate a grown ass man. Listen, irritating, like, oh, studs don't do that, studs. I'm like, shut up, you must wrote the stud book. You know what I'm saying? Like
somebody did,
but
write
really
the stud
they be
handbook.
mad though. It's really just the fact that I'm doing me and being who I am,
right?
And that bothers you so much.
You know what I'm saying?
That you can't do it, or that you still fronting. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get done to right now. Like that's,
you want to be Neeno.
So that's the only type of thing. But that's every now and then. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So
I feel like a lot of people don't see a lot of brown skin. Just kidding, I won't say. But I don't feel like people see a lot of women that are brown skin that do present themselves like you as comfortably as you do. And when I first met Neeno, you guys, I was in a relationship, and we met Neeno at like a house party. She was just cool as fuck. And when we left the party, my partner at the time was like, we were both in awe of you, but because I'm comfortable in my femininity, but she wasn't as comfortable in her masculinity, because she's very feminine too. But she's always been masculine presenting, because that's what most people see.
Yep.
And it was like a thing where I want to be comfortable with myself that way. and just not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so you do inspire people that way, and I think it's just so cool.
Thank you.
Because some of us hoes out here are just regular.
Shut up.
And you're not.
And you're not neither.
No, but I am though. I'm regular. I'm
No.
basic. I'm basic presenting. I look like the rest of these hoes out here that are just extra feminine. But you are so not even different. You're different for so many people because they don't get exposed to different shades of the rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's always funny because if like films are super aggressive with me. Like I ain't gonna hold you up, man. And sometimes it's scary, like the way films approach me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh geez. But then you got like when studs want to talk to me, it's always like on some down low shit. So it's never like straight up like somebody walk up to me, hey, I'm so and so. Like it don't work like that.
Wow.
It's always like some slide in your DM shit, try to be my homeboy type thing. Like, well, let's go hang out, you know. And then when we hang out, you give me like the googly eyes and shit. I'm like, the fuck up with this nigga, you know? Because I want to be your homeboy at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I thought we was doing here, you know? So it's kind of like, it's real strange. You don't get like, and so that just lets me know that like studs are still afraid of something, you know? It's still this type of thing where it's like, no, I like you. Or I get all the time, it's like, well, she not really a stud, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you knew me, you know, I definitely have different ways. I'm not like a normal stud or whatever you want to, but I'll fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Studs are afraid of being gay.
They are.
That's like the gay. You are
Gay,
ultimate gay. You get a gold coin and a power up.
Yeah.
If you date a stud, and it's some weird shit. But I like
crazy.
this. This is fun talking to you.
Yeah.
I learned so much about Neeno herself, but I learned a lot about androgyny and like androgynous women, and you guys do face difficulties because people do treat you like as either a commodity or something to down low and be ashamed of when you're just really out here living your bestest life.
That's it.
More free than the rest of us.
That's it.
She has no shackles
Free
on her at all, and I love it. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up quick, fast, and in a hurry. Not really, we're gonna take our time. But before we do, Neeno, tell them where they could find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Neeno_B. So that's NEENO_B. Facebook, Kania Neeno B. I don't really feel like spelling my first name, so just contact me on Instagram.
I've been
But y'all can find me there. Y'all will find me somewhere. I don't even know if I'm findable on Facebook, but I know y'all can find me on Instagram definitely.
For sure.
So yeah.
And then they could see you in those pictures with just a mesh t-shirt on.
That's it. I'm talking
No,
about
for real, you
mesh,
guys.
see through all of that.
Boobies.
All of that.
By Neeno. That's cool. You guys follow her. She's so dope. She has so much going on. If you guys live in Atlanta and you're in the community, then you know or are secretly or publicly in love with Neeno. There's that. Follow her if you guys don't follow her at Neeno B on IG. Don't look for her on Facebook. And we out. Thank you guys for tuning in to LACIOLOGY. This is Talk Sex. Bye.